Joyce, I want to start with you. What will the special counsel mean for the timing of a potential Trump indictment?
So I think a lot of people are flashing back to the Mueller investigation and wondering how this compares to that. Mueller really set the standard for setting a fast pace as a special counsel. Instead of dragging on for years, he was very disciplined about the work that he did. You may not like the outcome, but fortunately, this new special counsel won't operate under those same legal constraints. He doesn't have to worry about the DOJ policy that prohibits indictment of a special counsel. So Smith has said he intends to get off to a fast start. That's what he did in his current position, involved in the Kosovo war trials in The Hague, where he joined a couple of years into that investigation. No cases had been indicted since he joined and became what they call there the specialist prosecutor. More than 100 cases have been indicted. That seems to be one of the things that attracted Merrick Garland to him, and we'll find out now whether he can do that again with this situation.
So, Joyce, you know, last night I was talking to the Democratic Congressman David Cicilline, who's advancing a resolution to disqualify Trump from running for office, invoking the 14th Amendment, barring people who engage in insurrection from running for federal office. I wonder if you see that as an actual backstop.
I think it's important to stand up for the principle and the constitutional point. I think in reality, it's very difficult to put in place in a specific situation. It's one thing to do it now for the future, but simply the sheer volume of legal arguments and appeals makes it impractical for 2024.
So, Matt, file this under no big surprise. Republicans are already attacking the special counsel. And one of their attacks, of course, is that he is partisan. I think they had that pre-written and pre-planned before they knew who it was. Here is how Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren puts it. Take a listen.
The right wing never fails. Up is down and down is up. The effort to depoliticize, they're now criticizing as somehow a political measure. So, you know, the effort to segregate the investigation from the Attorney General himself is in the eye of the beholder.
Matt, it would seem to me that the problem is that the right has no interest in depoliticizing this.
Well, I'm glad to have this conversation, especially in the aftermath of your compelling earlier segment on the shooting, when the desire for accountability and healing in the midst of this, that's what I think this is fundamentally about. The Republicans, in my view, have no leg to stand on. Every time they say, wow, I can't believe Trump, went further in this, but then they forget the 5 previous times of things they were unwilling to hold him accountable for, even in saying words about him, let alone accountable to the law or accountable to ethics in the midst of this. And so I think Republicans, I would have thought they would have hesitated maybe a moment or two after the aftermath of the elections, where all of the Trump sort of crazy candidates lost. They seem unwilling to do that. But to me, it's another example of Republicans who have zero courage to ever hold this person accountable. And as we see in these shootings, every time you don't hold somebody accountable, it gets worse.